and welcome back. Sorry about that. The video card got fuller sooner than expected, which is okay because it gave us perfect time to ground our meat. So, you can see the meat is all ground and the peppers are getting really nice and tender. So, perfect. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add the whole tomatoes. Now, I get whole tomatoes rather than diced, and I cut them up myself for some funny reason, but seems to taste the best. So it is a little messy, and what I do, I always have a slightly damp towel right beside me to wipe my hands, quick and easy. So you're going to dice up that tomato, and it's okay with all the juices that come out. You're just going to put it right in. Now, to save time, I've already finished cutting it up. You're going to want to cut up 2 cans, and they're each about 29 ounces. Now you're going to add 48 ounces of sauce, or what I do is add 1 large one and 1 medium-sized one. And you're going to need 24 ounces of tomato paste. These cans are small 6-ounce cans, so 2 of these. Tomato paste comes out pretty easily too. You don't have to worry about it really staining any of your spatulas. Just dump all that in there. Just get it really. What you're going to do is you're going to slowly stir this in with the sauce and the whole tomatoes juice. It really does give you enough to ground up with the beef. You don't need to add any water just yet. So you're going to just get that in there. Make it look like a big ground beef tomato mixture. Now you're going to add in your seasonings, and you're going to add in some pepper. Now, you can add in as much pepper as you like. I prefer to add quite a bit because my family and I like things spicy. I use sea salt, so feel free to add some nice salt in there. And I also add a touch more garlic powder, even after all the garlic cloves. Not too much though. Now, in here you have the basil, oregano, thyme, and parsley. Now, you need about 3 tablespoons of basil and a half a teaspoon of thyme and parsley. I always overshoot them, add a little more. No extra seasonings ever hurt. Now, don't worry if you don't get all the teaspoon and measurements down right now. Everything can be found on my website at wearen'tchefs.com. Then you're going to add in some sugar. 3 teaspoons of sugar. Now, a lot of people do different things for the sugar part. I've even heard of some people adding grape jelly and substitute. Honey also works well. I would think molasses would work in a similar fashion. So stir all that in. And now what you're going to do is just add in a cup of water. It calls for 2 cups, but you never know if you're going to need it all. So it's better to add more as you go along. Now slowly stir that in so that the water is all mixed in. It'll take a little bit, and that's okay. Just make sure you do it really nice and slow, or you're going to have a lot of splatters. I have splatters even when even when I do it slow. Just get that all mixed in. There, the water's gone. And now, all I do is add a teaspoon of vinegar. And I use this Pinot Grigio Italian wine vinegar. I don't know, I really like the taste of it. And I also add a little bit of Tabasco sauce. This also has vinegar in it, so you can even substitute the Tabasco for it. Now here I have peppers from my garden that are all dried up. I've let them dry out. So I'm going to pull off the tops of them. And the reason I do this last is because if you get any pepper on your eyes or on your hands and rub your eyes or anything whatsoever, it can really sting and burn. So you want to make sure to really scrub your hands well after dealing with peppers. Now these peppers don't take long to dry out, and I will have to say that peppers might be one of the best investments for your garden. Getting that all broken up in there. One more. Alright. You're going to stir that in, and you're just going to turn it down and let it simmer for about 45 minutes to an hour. Now the longer you let it simmer, the more the flavors join together and stand out. But when everyone always thinks that spaghetti takes people hours and slaving over stoves, it's just not true.